Okay, just in case this leads to anything, this is Lae'zel. I didn't know that she was going to say this, but she says, "Isn't it glorious? Karlach's fury is a wonder to behold."
You've no room. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Oh, okay. My option was to continue, but that's not,
Speak.
I think, what the actual, yeah. Whatever. Alright, as promised, Wyll has a lot of stuff to talk about.
Karlach's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
Alright. What do you make of Raphael? I think I can get through all of these. What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Wyll?
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
By the way, a description of Wyll, he has like three claw marks and a line on the left side of his face. I think he's got claw marks on the other side of his face as well. And if you, like I've suggested before, take off their garments, you can see a scar on the right side of his rib cage going down, I think, underneath his belly button. Just one line. Don't worry, I have no interest in a devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Tell me, Wyll, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said,
He approves.
one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry.
He approves.
Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
Alright, this is where I get a little bit lost. So I have chose in the past Baldurian. It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I do get to choose. Okay. I'm gonna choose and before that.
Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Let's see if there is something else to talk about.
By all means.
No, okay. And just for the heck of it, I already tried. Astarion has nothing new. I could try Shadowheart. We've already done a video for Karlach, but let's see what Gale has to say.
How can I help?
Nothing. Okay. So Shadowheart. The Kingdom of Isolation. Alright.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
That's it.
Something the matter?
Nope. Alright. Those are the conversations to be had. Which, by the way, something interesting. If you talk to Astarion, even though he is technically disguised himself as a female elf.
Well, hello.
Oh, sorry.
What can I do for you?
He does look like a female elf, my bad. Whoops. Let's see what this is. So there's a monster hunter after you.
Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really.
What? I know why he was hunting him. He was hired by Astarion's vampire sire. So what if there are others? He might not have been alone.
Oh, there'll be others. I'm sure of that. If Cazador sent one peon after me, he'll send another.
This actually advances his journal quest line, so I'm glad I did this. You're sure Cazador's behind this?
It was him, I'm sure. Only he would know to send the Gur after me.
It's so weird seeing...
It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
He already has, naturally, some pretty feminine features, but it is weird seeing... or hearing his male voice come out of the female elf. Saved you... There's a lot of options here. Okay, let's test some of these. I don't have to create a new save. I'm just gonna overwrite this one. I want to overload my... Saved you by turning you into a vampire slave.
Well, he didn't mention the slave clause at the time. And now he sends a Gur monster hunter for me. It's a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back.
But why capture you? Why not just kill you?
Maybe he wants to make an example of me, to show what happens to runaways. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me.
Sounds like he won't let you go easily. Should I be concerned?
Concerned? Do you know the power a vampire lord possesses? He can change shape, turn into mist, call walls to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. And you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you.
Alright. What do you suggest?
First, we have to... I don't know. Well, if we kill his lackeys, he'll just send more. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight. Need something?
I kinda wanna... yeah. Go through some other options, like why is it Gur? I think I got a lot of information from him with that first option, and I think probably even in regards to the Gur. We're about to find out for sure. Well, yeah. Oh, now they give me the tooltip. If a hurt ally is out of reach.
It was a group of Gur that attacked me
Or
that
healing
night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
That's a good one. Why would Monster Hunters serve Cazador? He's a vampire.
They may have no idea who they're working for. Cazador likely paid someone to pay someone to call in a favor. And here we
Good
are.
point. Good point.
He doesn't do simple plans. Not if he has a complex one that pits a dozen enemies against each other. No. This hunter is a message. Cazador's letting me know that even out here, he can get to me. He wants me back.
You don't get to get me back.
Maybe he wants to make an example of me. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me.
Well, you're safe with me.
Safe! Do you know the power? He can change shape.
Okay, let's
Turn
see.
into mist.
Yeah.
He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands.
Can you do
And
that?
you'd be lucky if
Just
death
walk
was the
into our
worst
camp?
thing that happened. Probably not. He has to rest in his crypt during the day. I've never known him to leave Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
But he has no end of lackeys. We just have to be vigilant. Keep our wits about us.
Okay. Neither of those options gave me any, like, approval from him, so I'm good. Alright, so that's more camp talk. I still have not done my research to get the links for the other items I would like to recommend. Or at least get out there so that people can buy them if they want. I'm going to do that right after this video because I keep putting it off. I will see you guys next time. Toodaloo.